Hey friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally doesn't work. I'm actually working home today and taking care of some business. My daughter's in town and she's going to be leaving soon, so enjoying the last bit of time that we have with her here. You know, of course, she's still on that West Coast time, so she's still asleep at the moment. But we're looking at holdouts. Khalil Mack has now announced that he's holding out. You know, we know Zack Martin is holding out for a new contract. And of course, we know about Earl Thomas holding out for a new contract. You know, each one of these are a little bit different scenario. Zack Martin is entering the prime of his career and is definitely the best, if you know, guard in football. So, you know, he's looking to be paid like that. He doesn't want to wait till the end of this year to lose out another, you know, $3-4 million this year, just like he did last year. He deserves to get that raise. You look at Khalil Mack, who's coming back after a down year last year. You know, the Raiders are probably not in a rush to go ahead and get him to a new contract. And then you've got Earl Thomas, who sees the writing on the wall where the team is in transition. All my buddies are gone, and so on. You see the Seahawks are looking at, we paid Cam Chancellor a bunch of money, and he didn't play the whole season. So they're kind of gun shy. So the question is holding out worthwhile? And the answer to that is the teams really have the upper hand. You can hold out for the whole year and say, I'm just not going to play. And if you do that, you're not getting paid, you're going to get fined, and then come the next season, your contract just stays where it was. You lost a year, but the contract goes on for another year. So from that standpoint, you don't have a whole lot of leverage. And when you look back in the history of the NFL, very few players have gotten what they want. I mean, of course, Emmitt Smith did when the Cowboys thought, hey, we don't have to pay him. He's going to show up, and we lose the first two games, and Charles Haley goes off and kind of lets you know he wasn't happy. So they took care of Emmitt Smith begrudgingly. Carson Palmer, he held out because basically the Bengals sucked. He just wanted to get out of town. And eventually he got to go to Arizona to another team that pretty much kind of sucked too. Didn't get the ring that he was hoping for. But other than that, more times than not, you'll see Le'Veon Bell hold off until the beginning of the season, but not get what he wants. So the question is, with Earl Thomas, will Earl Thomas force a trade or get a new contract? Seattle basically has said, we're okay with you playing on that $8.5 million contract. We've been burnt. We don't have a whole lot of cash. We're in transition. Play with that. And they can hold him hostage, or they can try and trade him. But is he now in the position of a lot of players like, say, DeMarcus Ware, Dez Bryant, where you say, okay, you know, let's try and trade that guy in that contract? Well, you got two problems. A team is going to want to trade for Earl Thomas with a contract in place. They're not going to want to turn around and necessarily have to pay him now the highest paid money that he wants. So they're looking for the team to make a contract to trade him. They're not interested in making a contract to trade him. They just want to play with that or just get a straight up trade. Unless you're the Dallas Cowboys, who may be in a position to get a bit of a home team discount. But the Cowboys are playing this hardball now. I'm actually very, very proud of the Cowboys because he could have had him for a second-round pick at the draft. They offered a third. I'm actually glad with the guys that we drafted with those two picks. So now are we in a situation where it's just going to get ugly? Because now that's what you're fighting. Are you going to have hard feelings from him knowing that this is the last year I'm going to be playing in Seattle? Am I really going to play that hard for guys that got rid of my coach, got rid of my friends? Am I going to be a distraction? That's what Seattle has to worry about now. So do we not get a trade a la, say, Tony Romo? Because you'll remember, everybody was talking about trade Tony Romo. Get this, Houston Texans, Denver Broncos. Denver truly needed a quarterback. Yet, teams were willing to wait it out and let you cut him. Same thing with Dez Bryant. Teams understood, I ain't trading for him. Well, actually, they're not even signing him. Just wait it out. And that's where the Cowboys are now. They can wait it out for a while, let Seattle sweat, and then say, you know what, we'll give you a fifth or 2/5 or a fourth, and maybe end up getting a guy who's a future Hall of Famer for nothing. But in the end, holding out very rarely works. We'll see what happens with Zack Martin. We'll see what happens with Khalil Mack. We'll see what happens with Earl Thomas. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'm going to get back to building this cabinet for those cushions, and I'll see you guys soon.